I'm really grateful for Senora Plaza's visit because I've actually learned a lot of things that I didn't know before, especially with plays. Number one, I learned that play means obra in Spanish. I actually didn't notice that most of the plays in Spanish had verses. Like, I guess maybe when I'm reading in Spanish, I'm kind of just skimming past it instead of absorbing the words in Spanish. But I never really noticed that they were in verses and they go by a number of syllables. I noticed that in Shakespeare, but honestly, until it was pointed out to me, I completely overlooked it. And another thing that I learned from Senora Plaza was that in Spanish plays, the verses always go between 8 to 12, which is actually pretty interesting. After having Senora Plaza's visit, I was like, I really wanted to learn more about Spanish plays now. And reading the Spanish version of Fuente Ovejuna and the English version, Fuente Ovejuna, especially Larencia's monologue, I didn't realize how different it was. Like, like when you translate from Spanish to English, yes, there is a difference, but reading it, especially like helping Senor Plaza with the Spanish translation and the English translation, on top of that, there's a difference between the Spanish Old Age language and the Spanish New Age language, as well as the English Old Age language and the English New Age language. So that was actually really confusing. And when I tried to help Senor Plaza find the pages to the Spanish version of whatever everybody else was reading in class, it actually got me lost because I didn't realize at that moment that there's a huge difference between the Spanish Old Age and the English New Age translation. So when Senora Plaza was reading the Spanish Old Age version and we were reading the English New Age version of the translation in the play, he even knew himself, like, no, this doesn't make sense, and it didn't make sense to me either. So that's one thing that I really wanted to point out, because there's a huge difference between Spanish Old Age and New Age and English Old Age and New Age, especially with the translation. So that's one huge thing that I wanted to point out that I really didn't notice before. And another thing is, I learned that in Spain, when learning plays, they really look for the verses and the syllables and the rhythm of the play. And I actually didn't know that with English and with Shakespeare. And I even asked Senor Plaza, like, what do you guys read? He's like, we definitely don't read Shakespeare. We read way more than Shakespeare. And I'm like, really? It was actually really interesting. Like, it really made me want to go to Spain to some place. I really appreciated Senor Plaza's visit, and I was really happy for his visit to learn about other cultures. Spain is definitely a different culture from any other Spanish country and language. So I really appreciated that. And thank you, Professor Healy, for doing this. And I honestly hope that we get more guests like this in the future if we can. And I really honestly hope that all our guests teach us something new, just like Senor Plaza did, because that was actually a really great experience. Thank you.